Hello everyone and welcome to C++ tutorials in Visual Studio Code or VS Code. In this tutorial we explain how to create an executable file of a project consisting of multiple source files. That is, we explain how to compile all the source files and then how to combine, or better to say to link, all the source files as well as all the libraries and to create a single executable file. Here's a brief illustration of what you will learn in this video tutorial. Over here I have the main or the application file that includes header files of two classes. The first header file is student.h, defining a student class, and employee.h, defining an employee class. And here is the interface or the header file of the student class. Nothing special. It just stores the student name, student age, and has the set name and print name and age. Now, this is the interface or the header file, and here is the implementation file of the same class. Then I have an interface file of another class called employee, and here it is. And similarly to the student class, this class stores the employee name and employee number. And you have set name number method and print name number method. On the other hand, I also have an implementation file of this header file. Here it is. Then in the main or the application file, I create an object of the student class and the object of the employee class. Then for both of these objects I set the name, age, and the name number, and then I print the data. That is, I print name and age in case of the student, and in the case of the employee I print name and number. Now, if you use the default settings of the Visual Studio Code and your compiler, you will see that Visual Studio Code will not be able to compile this project. This is mainly because the default settings of the Visual Studio Code are to compile only this application file. And then, since you're not compiling the implementation file of the employee class and the implementation file of the student class, you will not be able to compile this project. The proper procedure is to compile the implementation file of the student class, to compile the implementation file of the employee class, then to create the corresponding object files, and then to link them together with the compiled version of the main file or the application file, as well as to link with the necessary libraries. And that's a standard procedure. And you will need to adjust Visual Studio Code to achieve that. And in this tutorial, I will teach you how to correctly do that. Okay, let's start from scratch. Over here is my folder with all the files. You can see them over here. And I erased all the additional folders created by Visual Studio Code. So we will start from scratch. And what I like to do is actually to open a command prompt. So click on Start and search for command prompt. Then, this tutorial is based on a GNU GCC compiler. Consequently, it's very important to first verify, do you have that compiler in your system? To verify that, type G++, then -- version. And as a response, you should see that you have actually a GNU G++ or GCC compiler. If you don't have this compiler, you need to install MinGW. MinGW is a set of GNU compilers that are actually adopted for the Windows system. And I provided a separate tutorial explaining how to install MinGW. You can find that tutorial in the link below this video. Okay, now that I have GCC compiler, I need to find my folder. So the folder is located in codes, and the folder is CPP practice. And in this folder, I will start my Visual Studio Code by typing code and dot. And here it is. Now, note over here that I didn't create any additional Visual Studio Code folders that define the compiler settings. And we will do it automatically, and then later on we will make several adjustments. Before I explain how to compile the files in Visual Studio Code, it's first instructive how to do it manually by using the GCC or G++ compiler. Consequently, go back to the terminal window or the command prompt and type this command. Over here you will see all the files. Here's how we compile the files. We will use one magic command. This command will invoke the GCC compiler, and this star.cpp means that we want to compile all the source files. Then we will actually create object files, then we'll link them together, and we will create an executable file called output.exe or executable. So let's run this and you see the magic. Magic happens, and now if you again type this command, you will see the executable file. Here it is. And let's run this executable file, and here it is. You can see that the code is running. I'm printing the name of the student, his age, then I'm printing employee name, and I'm printing the employee number. Okay, now that we know how to do this in command prompt, we need to do the same thing in Visual Studio Code. And here's the thing. Again, we will automatically call this compiler by using Visual Studio Code, and we need to set this parameter star.cpp as an input parameter of our compiler. Okay, let's go back to the Visual Studio Code. First of all, let's try to naively compile this project. How can we do that? Well, click over here and click Run C or C file, and over here you need to select the compiler. Over here on my system I have two compilers that are installed. The first one is the GCC compiler, and the second one is actually the Microsoft Visual Studio compiler. However, I cannot run cl.executable, since in order to do that, that is in order to start the Microsoft Visual Studio compiler, I need to be in the developer terminal. That is, I need to start my Visual Studio Code from the developer terminal. Consequently, I will select G++. Okay, and obviously we got an error. So let's click on Show Errors, let's close this, let's see our terminal, and let's see what are the messages. Okay, now, let's see the first message over here. The first message is saying that undefined reference student. So when we call this, or actually when we created an object of the class student called student1, the compiler is complaining. That is, the compiler cannot recognize this class. Okay, this is a clear indication that this include statement is not working, or there might be an issue with this file, student CPP file. That is, the compiler actually didn't compile this file, and that's the main issue. And this can be further confirmed because you can see again student set name age. So if you go back over here, set name age again is the undefined reference. The same thing happens from the print name age, as you can see over here. And then you can see that we can also not create employee. So this constructor is not working, as well as these methods set name number, print name number. Okay, so this means that this file is not being compiled, and this file is not being compiled, and they're not being at the end linked together with the application file as well as with other header files. Okay, so what's the source of this problem? Well, we need to investigate the compiler settings that are automatically defined by Visual Studio Code. To do that, you will see that Visual Studio Code created this folder automatically. And if you expand this file called task.json, you will see over here the compiler settings. So let's see what the compiler is actually doing. We can see that the compiler is actually executing this command, g++, and that's precisely what we are doing from a terminal window, so that's good. Then, over here we have diagnostics, color always, this is just a standard thing. This option is G standard and you shouldn't play, and here's the culprit. We see that we are only compiling file, and file actually is this file over here. That is, it's the file that we are calling our compiler. So when we press over here and run C or C++ file, we are actually compiling only this file. Now, let's go back to our JSON file, and over here we need to make one important modification. Over here we need to tell to our compiler that we want this. That is, we want to compile everything with the extension CPP. So let's do that. Now we have to be smart because we need to set the path to our folder, and we do it like this. And then don't forget to close this. Then we need to type this star.cpp. Okay, and in this way we are actually telling to compiler, do this, call g++ with these settings and add star.cpp. This means compile everything. Okay, then over here this -o means that we want to specify the executable file. And over here this file base name no extension means that we are actually setting application file as this file base name no extension. This is actually a macro, and it will automatically find the name of this file. It will be application file, and it will simply at the end add executable, and that's it. So let's save our JSON file that governs how the compiler is being invoked, and then let's go back to the application file, and in this application file click here, run C++ file, and let's see, no problems. Now how do I know there are no problems? You click here on a terminal and you can see student name is John Smith and student age is 30, as well as the Jane Smith, and the employee number is 40. Okay, now I have to mention one very important thing. Over here we are in the PowerShell. So if you now use the standard terminal commands, such as this one, you can actually see the executable file, this one application file.executable, and the issue over here is that we cannot simply type application file and there will be an issue. That is, we cannot execute the files like this. To execute the files from this PowerShell, we need to type this, and then the file will be executed. Another way to execute the file, you will click here, you will click on command prompt, and now you're in the standard Windows command prompt, and you can simply type application file, and the file will be executed. And then again, if you go back to our original terminal, we can actually see both files. We can see application file.executable that's being compiled by VS Code, and we have output.executable that's being compiled by G++. And we can see that this file is slightly smaller. However, we can still run the VS Code compile file like this, and you can see that everything runs smoothly and perfectly. Okay, that's all for today.